Hello, this is Dean Malone with Compass FX. I hope you're doing well today and you get some good trades. Oftentimes in the marketplace, when we see the market starting to retrace near a top or retrace near a bottom, oftentimes that's due to profit taken in the marketplace. It's moved so far, we're looking for retracement. And oftentimes that retracement turns into a reversal and we look for the market to turn and go the opposite direction. However, there are times when profit taking leads to just a period of consolidation and the market doesn't retrace back any further, and what we're to look for is continuation. So in today's video, I want to point out a couple of key things to look for to let you know that there's a greater chance of continuation, and if you're aware of that, it can help you in your trading. Because when profit taking comes in, oftentimes institutional traders are just taking a bit off the table. Put a little coin in their pocket, but they're really looking for the market to continue running. So if we're aware of what to look for when profit taking and consolidation occurs, there's a chance of continuation, then we're better prepared to catch a move to a higher profit target. So let me show you what I'm talking about. We'll look at the pound dollar, the dollar yen, and the pound yen, because I think these three are showing signs of potential continuation now that they've had a period of profit taking. Now when we take a look at the pound dollar, we can see that we had this range back in this area. The top of the range was right about 62.50 and the bottom of the range was somewhere in the ballpark of about 5,900, and you can see that we broke out of that. Now what we simply look for when this pulls back so far is we look for a certain amount of retracement, and that level is a 23.6. If all the market does is give us a retracement of 23.6 and that's it, there's no closing below, no continuation down lower to the 32.8, then what we're looking for is a bounce and a push higher. Now the standard profit taking we see in using a Fibonacci retracement is 32.8. We could still get a potential bounce and a push higher. However, it's higher probable continuation when all the market does is come down to 23.6. So we see that there's a potential reversal taking place here. We're getting a little bit of rolling over here, but I see this is starting to roll back up. And when we step down and we look at this a little bit closer in, we go down the 4 hour, you can see that we've had 1, 2, and now 3 attempts lower, and we're still above the 23.6. This is letting me know that there's a chance that we could see the potential turn here. Now the Traders Dynamic Index is still suggesting a downward play, but we can see that current market sentiment compared to the overall market sentiment is already below neutral, the 50 level. So we could potentially see a push back up if we see continued weakening in the US dollar like we saw today. The dollar index falling off nearly 50 points today. Now take a look at the dollar yen. The dollar yen has been in this long-term pennant. We broke out of it. And if you simply take the Fibonacci retracement from this bottom here to the top, you can see it too is sitting there right about that 23.6 level. This is a period of consolidation, but in my opinion, this right here is profit taking. And that's a pretty good size profit taking from about the 103.30 level down to about 101.80 area. A lot of bids are in this area buying it back up. We have corporate bids sitting at 101.50, 101.80. Some are thinking that we could get a slip all the way down here to the 32.8. But again, what I'm saying to you is there's a chance that if we don't see a lower close here and we see this bottoming, see this is kind of developing a swing low. We have a low, a higher low, then another higher low in this 4 hour chart. There's a possibility that we see this push on up. Look at the current sentiment in the marketplace. Way down here at 32, the overall market's back up this area. We could see a little bit of leveling off, then a rounding, and then a move higher. Let's go take a look at the pound yen. Very similar situation. From this low point, where it was in this range, right around the 156 to 158 area, you can see that range right there we were in. We made a strong move up to 169. I was originally looking for it to only move up to about the 168 level, and now we're coming down and look, we're sitting at the 23.6. We move in a little bit closer, And you can see that it's had a pretty good move. Look at all these candles coming down. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll count that as 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now we're going to our 14th candle, and this is as far back as we've gotten to. I was thinking that we might get back down to this level here because of that previous high. But if we hold this 23.6 level and start to turn, then I'm looking for it to go back up, back to this area here. And you can see right here we're way down low again. So where do we go from here? Do we go back up to the top, or do we go potentially higher? Well, if we were to run a fib in the opposite direction from that top down to this bottom, and we look for the market to push up potentially to the 127.2, the 141.4, the 1618, usually I look for it to go to these first two. This is where the possibility is for the pound yen to go. Take a look at the dollar yen. Do the same situation. We'll set this up the other direction. Look for the potential move. And we can see here up to 103.85 and 104. And there's still call options between the 103 and 104 in the dollar yen. And finally, looking back at the pound dollar, do the exact same thing we just did, just turn it around the other direction from the high to the low point right there. If this is the lowest point, this 23.6, and we get that turn, we'll be looking for the market to potentially get up here to the 64.80 area and then on up to 165. And I do think there's a good possibility we see the market push all the way up to 165 before year is out. So what I'm getting at is these three are showing some consolidation off of profit taking, but yet they have not dropped far enough back to give us a indication that they're really looking to do a reversal. Could we see potentially more profit taking? Yes. But we really didn't see that today. With the dollar index dropping 50 points today and a very weak dollar, I thought we might see a bit more movement out of these, but we really didn't. We did see some strength in the yen, saw a little bit of strength in the pound, not nearly as much as I thought we'd see with the weakness in the dollar. But based upon my experience, if we only get a retracement to 23.6 and that's all we get, then look for continuation higher. This is Dean Malone with Compass FX. I hope some of this information will help you in your trading. You make it a great day. Get some good trades. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.